Hi everyone, welcome to this DataSquirrel tutorial where we will be walking you through the process of cleaning datasets with ease. Before jumping into any analysis, it's essential to understand why cleaning datasets is such a critical step. Raw data often contains errors, inconsistencies, or irrelevant information, and if it is not cleaned properly, any insight you generate can be misleading. That's where cleaning datasets comes in. Ensuring that the data you work with is accurate and reliable and gives you the confidence to make informed decisions based on clean data is super important. Here, I have already gone ahead and connected my data. Once connected, I clicked on the project and now I'm here on the review page. As you can see, DataSquirrel offers two main options for cleaning datasets. The Choose Clean option exists and the other one is the Auto Clean and Import. Both of these make the process of cleaning datasets incredibly easy. If you select Auto Clean and Import, DataSquirrel will automatically run your file through more than 10 different cleaning types and apply the best cleaning action it detects. If you prefer to have more control, the Choose to Clean option will show you exactly which part of your dataset needs attention, allowing you to customize how DataSquirrel handles cleaning datasets for your specific needs. Either ways, in both cases, is just reading and clicking. No manual cleaning required by you at all. This saves you tons of time when it comes to cleaning datasets. Let's continue with Choose Clean options. Now let's get into the details. When you click on Choose to Clean, DataSquirrel analyzes your data to identify any issues across multiple cleaning types. For this demo, the dataset has been tweaked to showcase all the different types of cleaning that DataSquirrel can handle. Though most datasets typically only require 3 to 4 types of cleaning. As we go through cleaning datasets, you'll notice that the page layout is simple. First, you have the column name. Each column of your dataset is listed here. Next, you have the clean type. This shows what kind of cleaning actions is needed for that specific column. Then you have the info icons. Once you hover over this icon, you can see what exactly is flagged as unclean in the dataset and how many values exist for each of these cleaning types. I will take you through this in detail in some time. And then the last is you have cleaning actions. This is where DataSquirrel makes cleaning datasets a breeze. It suggests the best cleaning action for you, but you're free to choose another option from the drop-down menu if you want more control. Now let's walk through the different types of issues DataSquirrel can handle when cleaning datasets. First, let's look at duplicate rows. DataSquirrel identifies completely duplicate rows and suggests merging them. Example, let's say you have a sales report where a customer's purchase is accidentally logged twice. Without cleaning your dataset, your sales data will be inaccurate, making it seem like you have more transactions than you actually did. DataSquirrel eliminates this issue and ensures accurate reports by suggesting to remove the duplicate rows. However, here, using the drop-down menu, you can also choose not to remove the duplicate rows. It's entirely up to you. Next, we have unnecessary white spaces. DataSquirrel trims any extra spaces before or after a value in a cell. For example, imagine you're working with customer names and due to an extra space after John, the same customer name appears twice in your dataset. In visual charts, this can result in skewed labels. Cleaning the dataset ensures the extra space is removed and the name appears consistently. Let's look at our data here. As you can see in team member for the name Martin, there has been two values where there has been a white space which is found either before or after the cell. DataSquirrel suggests that let's remove all of these white spaces for consistent labels. Next, empty rows. DataSquirrel identifies and removes entirely empty rows from your file. Example, if you have empty rows used as separators in a manually maintained spreadsheet, these rows can distort your analysis, such as when calculating average sales per month. Even worse, data below an empty row may not be analyzed at all. Cleaning datasets remove these empty rows, ensuring all relevant data is included in your analysis. There is no drop-down option here because if we do land up importing the empty rows, the analysis will go for a toss. So the only option is to remove them from here. Next, let's look at inconsistent date formats. DataSquirrel standardizes the date format in your data set. For example, some of your dates entered are in DDMMYYYY format and the others are in MMDDYYYY. Without cleaning the data set, you won't be able to create a proper timeline chart. DataSquirrel fixes this by ensuring all dates follow a single consistent format. As you can see in this data set, DataSquirrel has identified 4 different date formats, and these are the counts mentioned for each right here. What DataSquirrel suggests is that all of these dates are stored in one format. Like I said, to ensure a timeline chart is created properly for your data. Trust me when I say this, DataSquirrel's algorithm for detecting unusual date formats is solid. Many BI platforms can't even detect date columns properly, let alone standardizing them for analysis. Also, this one is the most frequently used cleaning type. Next, let's look at non-percentage values. DataSquirrel detects percentage columns and removes any non-percentage values, just like you can see here. Example, imagine you have a column where most values are percentages, but some are entered as text or even contains junk values. When you clean the data set, DataSquirrel removes the percentage symbol, adds it to the column header, and cleans out any non-percentage or junk data. Why this is important is because it allows you to easily compare values, identify patterns, and calculate totals and averages when you are analyzing your data and creating charts. Without cleaning, your BI tool wouldn't be able to analyze or visualize the data properly, making it impossible to get accurate insights. Here, like you can see, all of these values are considered as empty. This is the only recommendation made by DataSquirrel for this cleaning data type. Next is currency added to name. Let's go to our currency column. This is the professional charges basic column name. And here you can see the clean type identified as currency added to name. Now what DataSquirrel does is it separates the currency symbols from numbers, making them usable for numeric analysis. For example, if you're working with sales data and that's listed at say $100, $200, etc., DataSquirrel will separate the currency symbol during cleaning the data set, allowing you to sum or compare the actual numbers accurately. Just like percentages, this is essential for comparing values and calculating totals or averages when you are doing your charting and visualization. Without cleaning, your BI tool won't be able to analyze or visualize this data correctly. Like you can see here, the symbol which has been identified is dollar, and DataSquirrel suggests extracting the USD and adding it to the column name purely for a good numerical analysis on this column type. Next is a very interesting cleaning type called as MultiCurrency. This is one of the most advanced clean types by DataSquirrel. When more than one currency is present, DataSquirrel helps you convert all the values into a single currency. For example, if you have sales listed in both dollars and euros, cleaning the dataset lets you choose one base currency to maintain consistency for analysis, like calculating total global sales, for example. Alternatively, you can also choose to see the data in both dollars and euros, and DataSquirrel will create 2 new columns with the corresponding converted values. Let's look at the example here. Here, the column name CTC offered, there has been 2 multi-currencies detected here. One is dollars and one is euros. As the number of USDs are higher in number, DataSquirrel recommends that all the values in this column are converted into USD. However, if you would like to not convert them into USD, you can always choose Euro, or you can entirely not convert them and let this column be as you want. Or like I said, another option is that you can convert all the currencies and add as new columns, which means that a new column is added by converting these values into USD, and one is created by converting these columns into Euro. Whatever you choose, you can just select and then move on to the next clean type. Next, we have inconsistent casing. DataSquirrel standardizes, firstly identifies, of course, and then standardizes text casings for maintaining uniform labels. For example, you might have some values in all capital letters and the others in lowercase for a specific column. To ensure visual consistency and appeal in your reports, this cleaning type standardizes the casing. By cleaning the dataset, DataSquirrel ensures all entries are uniform, improving the overall presentation of your analysis. Let's look at our data here. For example, candidates designation. DataSquirrel has identified that there are more than one text casing which is present, and as you can see here, some of them are capitalized and some of them are in uppercase. Now here what I can do is I can click on the drop down and I can select from the different types of casing options which are available if you do not want to go with the one which is recommended by DataSquirrel. For this column, I most likely want to leave it as it is, so I'm just going to go ahead and select this and move on to the next clean type. Next is one of my favorite clean types called as Multiv Variations. DataSquirrel detects and standardizes similar text values with different spellings or casings. Let's take DataSquirrel as an example. During sign up, some users might say they discovered DataSquirrel through there's an AI for that, but enter it with different spellings. Some with an apostrophe, some without it, some with a dash in between. Even a simple term like Google might be entered as Google with a capital G or Google in small case, creating two separate entries. Without cleaning the data set, these variations would be treated as different entries. What DataSquirrel does it standardizes them, ensuring that your analysis reflects the true data. Let's look at our data file. Here under candidates designation, DataSquirrel has identified 5 different values which have multiple variations. As you can see, you have UI UX designer, one there is a capital D and the other one is in small case. With VP engineering, there is a dash in between and so on. What DataSquirrel does is it suggests it to be changed to capitalized casing, but just like inconsistent text casing, you can choose from a list of different casing types or even choose to leave it as it is. I will not do that for at least this cleaning type. This cleaning type is truly a game changer. No BI platform supports this level of cleaning. Like date formatting, it's one of the most commonly used clean types at DataSquirrel. Next, we move on to a cleaning type called as ignored values. DataSquirrel identifies placeholders like NA or hyphen or slash or nil and marks them as empty. For example, suppose you have a survey data where some fields are marked with a dash instead of being left empty. These values might incorrectly affect your analysis, like when calculating averages. By cleaning the data set, DataSquirrel ensures that such values are ignored and treated as empty fields. If not cleaned, they will appear as NA, nil, question mark, etc. in your visual charts, something you definitely want to avoid. Later, you can also choose to show or hide these empty values and also see how many of them exist in your data set, giving you a clearer idea of what proportion of the data is usable. Let's look at our data file here. As you can see, DataSquirrel for the column name team member has identified ignored values like the dashes and the NAs and question mark, and it suggests that we consider all of these values as empty. However, we can choose to leave it as it is. It's totally your call. Let's move on to the next cleaning type. Next and the last one is anonymized data. DataSquirrel detects any sensitive data like names, credit cards, numbers, or emails in your data file and anonymizes it. For example, if you're sharing data or analysis externally but don't want to reveal personal details like customer names, cleaning the data set with the anonymization feature allows you to share the data without compromising on privacy. This is now a common practice when dealing with customer data, as many companies have strict policies requiring anonymization before analysis. Just imagine how tedious it would be for a manager who's handling thousands of rows in their data. With DataSquirrel, you can also download the clean file with your sensitive data anonymized. Now let's look at our data here and see that DataSquirrel has identified candidate name as sensitive data and has recommended that it is anonymized. Here is one of the examples of such data. With just one click, which is selecting this as the cleaning type, one can go ahead and anonymize the data. You can, of course, choose to leave it as it is. It's totally your call. These are all the cleaning types that DataSquirrel currently handles. Some of them may seem simple, but doing it manually can take hours. And let's be honest, many times you might not even realize that your data needs cleaning. Tools like Google Sheet or Excel only offer basic cleanup suggestions. Next, after reviewing all the cleaning types for your data set, simply click on Click and Import. DataSquirrel will apply all the necessary actions to ensure your data is clean and ready for analysis. A message will appear detailing what was cleaned. You can then download the clean data set as a CSV or an XLS file. Once your cleaning data set task is complete, you're ready to move on to analysis and create visualization, knowing your data is in great shape. And that's a wrap on cleaning data sets with DataSquirrel. You'll see how easy it is to clean up your data with just a few clicks, no manual work required. This ensures you get accurate, reliable insights every time. If there's a cleaning type you'd like us to automate, let us know in the comments section below. Be sure to follow DataSquirrel for more tutorials, tips, and tricks and making the most out of your data sets. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up or down so we know what you think. Thanks and have a good day.